In this video, I'm just going to demonstrate how to log in to the CCPCUA registration or reporting website and how to enter your water use and water level data for your permit. So if you haven't already, you need to create a CCPCUA ID and activate a password. The ID will be your permit number, starting with CU and 4 numbers. And then you would enter your name, the name of your facility, your email address, and you would create a unique password. Once you activate that ID and password, you click the button here, you'll be able to log in the central panel here in order to view the water data entry pages. Now, if you have more than one permit, it can also be more convenient to add an NCID if you have an NCID. And this is something that I can add to your account after the fact. If you don't have an NCID, no worries. But if you have questions about that, reach out and we can talk about it. Right. So once you've created your registration, you're going to come here to the central panel where it says CCPCUA login, and you are going to enter your permit number. So I'm typing one that I'm attached to here, and you are going to enter your password and hit the submit button. That'll take you to this page here where you have the choice of viewing your application, where you can view and submit a new application when it's time to renew. You can upload supporting documentation. You can report water use data. And if you were a registered user, which that's a whole separate thing, you could report your registrations here. Right. So since you are asking about reporting data for your permit, we're going to be focusing on this upper right corner here, and your permit number should automatically populate, and you can click this button that says Start Data Entry. And just to show you what's on this page, it defaults to the water use page. And this is where you would enter either meter readings or you would enter your gallons per day for a single month at a time, and you would submit that to us. There are other worksheets at the bottom. You can, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you see there's little buttons here for go to water level entry, go to chlorides if you're required to report chlorides. We have some users who also have purchased water statements, or you can return to the start screen, okay? So we're gonna focus on this. So every sheet that you submit, you are going to have to pick a month. So I'm gonna put on here, for example, January 2025. If I'm reporting data for January 25. And then I have to choose the wells that I'm reporting for. So you see that this is set up to report up to 3 per sheet. So these little green boxes at the top, I have a little drop-down menus. So I can pick my wells. So whatever sources you have registered with your permit will automatically populate here. So let's say I have 2 wells. I can pick out these, right? And then what I have left to do is to go ahead and fill this out with the water use. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can manually enter it. So if you have meter readings, for example, you can pull the previous month's last day reading. So if I'm reporting January 2025, I'd want my December 31st meter reading there. And then you can manually enter each value going all the way down. That's the hard way. Or the other thing you can do is you can copy this from an Excel spreadsheet. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. So I made up some data here. So you probably store your data in some convenient format where I have I have my January data, and I also have the previous month's total. Now my meter readings I set to be a multiple of 1,000. Okay, so in other words, a meter reading of 13,745 is 13,745,000. So I would check this little box here for 1,000. Oops, somehow lost my spreadsheet there. And then I'm going to enter this value, 13,745, right here. Now the rest of this I'm going to upload. Okay, and you can upload 1, 2, or 3 columns. I'm just going to upload 1 for right now just to demonstrate this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all 31 rows of data here. Okay, And then I am going to come up here to this little green panel and I'm going to hit paste. So however you paste, I'm a Control V person, but you can also do it this way. Right, so you should see all your numbers populate in there, and then I'm going to hit upload. And oops, so 13. So yep, nope, that's fine. So you see what happened is it populated this whole column down. And now you see these red highlights on the gallons per day. That's because this is blank and we want to calculate this. So if you're using meter readings, the easiest way to convert this to gallons per day is to simply hit recalculate. And then what it's going to do is it's going to take those meter readings and it's going to take this multiplier that you entered up here and it's going to go ahead and fill in your gallons per day. Now, if you don't have a meter and you're reporting gallons per day, you can do the same thing, only instead this time I would have highlighted my gallons per day here. And I could come over here to the gallons per day column and hit paste, and then hit upload. And then that's going to paste that in here. Okay. All right. Now, when you are done, I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes just to see what this looks like real quick. And then when I save changes, the page clears out. And so now if I want to look at this again, I need to come back up to the top. You see that it's in black. You see January 2025, right? And something I can do to just check my work is I can look at this total column and the meters should have the same number as the gallons per day. Now these are off by a factor of 1,000. That's correct because I said this was 1,000-fold here, but the 9188 is the same in both columns, and that's what we want to see. All right, now after you are finished entering your data, you've checked everything, and you feel that it's correct, then you will type your name into the certify panel here at the top, and you'll hit the certify button. And what that's going to do is it's going to send this data to us. I'm going to hit certify, and you see that this is now red. Okay, that means that it has been sent to us for review and eventual upload to the database, and you no longer have access to this. You can click on it to view it, but you're no longer going to be able to make changes. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to go back. I'm going to start data entry. Let's say I wanted to enter another sheet. You had, maybe we need to go ahead and put in February data. Maybe you already know that you're not entering any data for February. You're not planning to use the well. Any month that you don't have water to report, you can just check this little box here, check box if no use this month, but you will still need to specify all of your wells so that those get reported. But once you specify the month, check the box and your wells, you can go ahead and just type your name and hit certify, and then that's going to send that in to us. Hey, now in the event that you accidentally certify a sheet and then you realize there's a mistake, you can always reach out to us and we can uncertify that and send it back to you to make corrections on that. Now, real briefly, you also are responsible for water level entries. So water levels, you'll come down here to the bottom of the page, you click on this button. The similar format, you're going to have to pull it down again the month. So let's say January 2025, and you would have to specify each well. And your choices here are, you're going to enter the date of the month that you measured water level. So let's say we did January 25th, and we measured this at 1:00 p.m. and we measured depth of water was 38 feet under static conditions. I would mark this as static, so that means you haven't been pumping in the last 12 hours. And maybe the next day, on the 26th at 1:00 p.m., you took another measurement and it was 60 feet depth to water, and that was under pumping conditions. Okay. So you would go through and submit these once a month for each of your wells. Again, you can save changes. If you save changes, it's just going to show up here in black. Once you hit certify, then that's going to turn red and you're no longer going to be able to make changes, right? I hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, please reach out and we will be happy to walk you through that.